Preview.
The investment banking groups that I know pretty much insist on having a sell side due diligence report done nowadays. 10 years ago, it was probably 5% of our business, and today it's probably 50% of our business. And I think the investment banking community adopted it in 2015, 2016, and said, you know what, the buyers are coming in, they're finding issues. We think adjusted EBIT is X, and then it comes out in 50% of X. And having a sell side due diligence exercise done to again on the terms and at the speed of our client. So we work closely with our client, M&A attorneys, the investment bankers, identify those risks, come up with a plan, what you're going to do to address those risks during the sale process. And, there's a lot of value there going through a sell side process.
Just to add on to Shaun's point, I think the big evolution is everybody sees the value of it. And that's why everybody has gravitated towards preparing in advance and doing it that way. We talked a little bit about timing before, and Shaun touched on it. The nice thing about doing the preparation in advance is you can do it at your timetable and continue to operate the business and continue to grow the business and focus on other areas. You don't have to do it in a condensed short period of time. And when you bring in other advisors to help you out in the process, they're then able to help answer questions when you're in the thick of it with the buy side diligence and able to help you execute on that while continuing to run the business. So the preparation is always key for any successful transaction. And the buy side or sell side diligence piece is very important.
Yeah, and I don't want to lose this thought on the preparation standpoint. I know all of us are on the finance end of the spectrum, but I also think, from a preparation perspective, the tax side of it is really important too. How you structure the transaction, the different ways you can, and also, if you've got an idea of what the proceeds are going to be, getting tax people involved with minimizing the taxes on those proceeds. It could adjust what you assign as the enterprise value or the deal value. And so I think, again, the earlier the better, because you have more options. So I did want to just share that for my tax colleagues out there. So
yeah, how many times have we seen on deals where sales and use tax on a state by state basis, the target company on a buy side is not filing in many states, and I've seen it as deal killers before, where all of a sudden our back of the envelope analysis is that, hey, you got a $10-15 million exposure here and the deal is only 30 million, so you might want to think twice about it. I've seen deals die because of sales and use tax, as well as other, obviously tax issues. But great point, Chad. Even buy side or sell side, tax is very important, and analyzing the risk and helping both buyer and seller.
The one thing I would say, and I think this has kind of been echoed as part of this discussion, is it's a different market right now with where interest rates are and where we are in the economic cycle. There's a lot of uncertainty. Again, this isn't 2021 or even 2017 where interest rates were super low. So just everyone, from a seller perspective, realizing that this is a different environment, that it's going to take longer to sell, that the valuations may be different. Again, having that expectation, and also just understanding that the preparation is even more critical now in getting that quality quality of earnings, the sell side quality of earnings. So again, just having that expectation is important.